Many of you wanted me to speak on this story right here, in which it came out about Kevin Hart. Now, a couple days ago, it was announced that Kevin Hart was going to be the host of the 2019 Academy Awards. And, naturally, he was going to be excited. He said that's something he's always wanted to do. For a lot of actors, to be asked to host that particular award show is considered an honor for them. Some even say it's even more bigger than them actually getting an Academy Award itself. So naturally, he's going to be excited. And literally, probably within the next day or so, his entire moment just got snatched away from him because of these tweets. 9-year old tweets, to be exact, came to the surface, in which was basically saying stuff that he made some homophobic tweets towards his son, I guess, uh, a few years ago, back in 9 years ago, basically saying like if he came home and he saw his son playing with a dollhouse or something to that effect, he would break it up across his head and saying that his son is not gay and all types of stuff like that. And that pretty much came back to the surface. Now, to my knowledge, Kevin Hart actually addressed those tweets back then, and he apologized for saying that stuff then. So the question is, why is it coming back to the surface now? Many will say that it's his wake up call because of the stuff that he said and probably done over the course of his career, probably since then. But the other flip side is that if this was a white person, they would do their best to make sure stuff like this stay buried. Now, I'm going to go back a little bit because some people may have forgotten. If you remember the director James Gunn, who was slated to do the third Guardians of the Galaxy film, they recovered some tweets that he had posted out a few years ago about some very questionable suspect tweets talking about like dealing with children, and you know exactly where I'm segueing into. It was very disturbing in nature, but you had a lot of people who came to his defense to try to keep him on his step, especially Dave Bautista, who plays Drax in the Guardians of the Galaxy film. Now, he posted, like, he made multiple tweets. Like, I'm talking about, they said that he had to go back and delete like 10,000 tweets. Kevin Hart, I don't know how many he posted, but I don't think it was even nowhere near 10,000 in which he posted. And the thing is, the people over at Disney had to have known James Gunn had made those tweets, because that's a lot of tweets. Like, how do you let 10,000 tweets just slip under your radar? I don't know, because it's all in a database. Like, all your tweets are recorded, and with screenshot, anybody can catch them. But they tried their best to try to hold him on until Disney ultimately ended up letting him go. The point I'm trying to make here is Kevin Hart did not have that opportunity to try to hold on as much as he could. So he said, you know what? I'm just going to bow out gracefully, and I'm no longer hosting the Oscars. And now they're going to have to scramble to find someone else to do it. And it happened so fast because he just got word that he was going to do it, and the next day, or maybe 2 days later, he's saying he's stepping down. And people were trying to wonder why that was. And it was because of those tweets. And I think it's also because he did not give a quote unquote formal apology to, I guess, to the Academy. I don't know who he was supposed to be giving an apology to, because if he already apologized one time, why is he apologizing again? Which he did not do. And I think that's why he said he's stepping down, because he's like, I already apologized one time. Why you want me to apologize again? At this point, this apology, had he given one, wouldn't have been an apology. It would have been more like a grovel, like someone groveling, trying to get or trying to keep a job at that point, and it wouldn't have been genuine. And I think he knew that, so he decided, you know what, I'm not going to do it. So let me just step out now. And he gave a statement. The statement wasn't really an apology. He just said that he's no longer doing it. I guess they said that they felt that they need to maybe find someone else, and that's what they're going to end up having to do. And I have a feeling that with the ratings being very low for the Oscars over the years, they probably would have gotten a ratings draw or recover some of those ratings with him being the host, because hate him or love him, Kevin Hart draws an audience from a wide range group of people. And now that he's no longer the host, and now that people know why, and a lot of people are upset about that, believe it or not, they're not going to watch. I said they just lost more viewers. And I mean, you know what? It is what it is. Because I can't remember the last time I watched that show. It's too long and it's too boring. I know a lot of, and I've heard people who actually attend the show who are nominated even be falling asleep sometimes. They say the Golden Globes is more fun is because they have it's a more intimate setting because of the food and the drinks, especially the drinks. That's what keeps the people's attention, opposed to the Oscars. You're just sitting there. But you know, it is what it is. I have a feeling, you know, Kevin Hart. This is going to roll off his back, and he's just going to keep on moving. Like, I don't think he's going to be completely affected by this or anything like that. They might ask him again later in the future if he wants to do it. You know what's so crazy? I haven't really heard anybody from that community really say anything, and that's very interesting considering you would think they would be the loudest ones doing it. But I was looking at a video that a fellow YouTuber actually posted about this. And one of the people in the comments actually echoed the same thing I just said. He said it's not a lot of people in the LGBT community that are making a big fuss about this. It's people who are your quote unquote liberal who are making a big fuss about this. Such as, well, I'll throw Don Lemon out there because this is actually how I heard about it, because I was on my way home from work and they had talked to Don Lemon. And I said, of course, they would talk to Don Lemon because he is a gay man. And he was basically saying that it was wrong and everything like that. But he also came back and said he feels that, you know, Kevin Hart learned from his mistake, in that, you know, he shouldn't have to apologize or anything like that for something that happened years ago. So Don Lemon was speaking from his standpoint as a gay man, and he was also speaking on his standpoint from, you know, him being in the public eye like Kevin Hart. And I guess you can say as a black man as well, even though he rarely speaks from that standpoint, except for that one comment he made when he said it's mostly radicalized white males that are the biggest terrorist threat to the establishment. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm sure Kevin Hart's going to bounce back from this like it's nothing. And, you know, it is, like I said, whatever happens, it will simply happen. I won't be surprised if the Academy starts to go knocking on Tiffany Haddish's door, because I remember when her and Maya Rudolph had did their little bit piece, I think at the last one, and people were asking them, can those two be the hosts for the next Oscars? So who knows? They might go to Tiffany Haddish next. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links will be in the description. I'll talk to you in the next one.